Hi friends, this is Lady Flora, and in this video we're going to be taking a first look at the Good and the Beautiful Level K math curriculum. I've been trying to find the time to sit down and make this video for you guys, but it's been really hectic here and I don't even know why. My 5-year-old daughter Songbird is with her Mimi, which is so wonderful. She's spending the night, but I'm gonna miss her, I know. And then my 2-year-old man cub is having his nap right now. At least that's the plan. We've been doing a lot of curriculum reviews on this channel lately, but we also do library hauls and homeschool adventures and day in the life videos. So if you're interested in that, you can subscribe in the bottom here. So we've put a lot of emphasis on reading in our homeschool, and now my daughter can read at a 2nd grade level, which is really exciting and I'm really proud of her. So now I'm kind of struggling with the part of me that wants her to be further along in math, and I have to keep reminding myself that she's 5. She's only 5 years old. And I think it's really important not to age up your kids and expect something of them that they might not be ready for. One thing I learned last year is that my daughter is not ready for longer lessons, even though I am, and keeping the lessons shorter keeps her more interested and more excited about the material and wanting more. So after I do the curriculum flip through with you guys, I'm going to compare it to some of the other math workbooks that we already have, just to give you kind of a visual reference. And then I want to share kind of a personal story with you guys about math. For now, let's get into the math curriculum flip through. Yay! So here is the course book part 1 and the course book part 2 and the math activity box. And inside this box you'll find all kinds of goodies. There is the Rec and Rec. We've also got a calendar. This is really cool. You use this every day with the daily dose. That's really beautiful. Inside, your child can write the year, their birthday, their favorite type of weather, their name, and they can draw a picture of themselves, their favorite holiday, and their favorite season. And then the grown-up will fill in, I haven't done this yet, but the grown-up will fill in the dates for the calendar. And you start on whatever month you're in at the moment. We're not in January right now, we're actually in August. And then you can have your child draw a picture of what the season or what the month looks like to them. And then there's a poem that goes with every month. And of course, we're going to use this along with our calendar peg dolls. That's going to be really fun too. It comes with a 6-sided dice and a 9-sided dice. And it comes with this place value chart, which is really interesting. I haven't quite put it together yet, but it comes with these little pockets that you stick on here. And there's toothpicks for some reason, but I really like this container. It's got a flower on it. And these wooden blocks. We have these number cards, and then they come with other cards that say odd and even, which is kind of cool. And then a 10 frame, and then it also comes with 3-dimensional shapes as well as 2-dimensional shapes. Now you also get these garden plant manipulatives, which they come on a sheet of cardboard, and then you just punch them out. And then these little baggies are provided for you to put all of the little manipulatives in, which is really cool. And it also comes with inchworm manipulatives and bees as well. And I love that they have a little bag included, that way everything can be tidy and organized. So they also include these pattern block pieces, which start off on a piece of cardboard or chipboard, and you punch them out and put them in this provided baggie. And these are the pattern block pictures, and you use these to make the pictures. And this is, I think these are part of the bonus activities, and I really like these. This is a really nice card stock, I guess, kind of with a laminated feel to it. I don't know if it is laminated, but it's got that feel. And there's a different one on each side. And I just love that like watercolor look that's back there. And look at this rocket in space. The galaxies and stars. And the rabbit. Wow, and look at the seashore. These are really pretty, really well done. Got a bat and a butterfly, a fish and an elephant, a star. Ooh, I like that star. And a snowflake, a 12-sided shape, an apple, and a ship. Very cool. And then this is a 10 frame. There's a couple of 10 frames here that you use with the garden plant manipulatives. These are the place value pieces that go in the place value chart. And we'll look into that some more. You got to cut these out before you can use them, and then your child will start to color the squares as they go along. This is the handwriting card, and it also gives you a place to handwrite a phone number, which is wonderful. Okay, so let's start looking at the Math K course book, part 1. In the beginning, you can see the table of contents. So that gives you an idea of some of the things that are covered. So here's a really good idea of all the things that you're going to be learning. Measurement of length, money, graphing. And this tells you all of the items that you get in the Math Level K activity box. And this breaks down what the lessons are like. So every lesson has a daily dose, which is about 5 to 10 minutes. And this is where you do the calendar every day when you're doing the daily dose, and you do the place value chart as well. And then you do the lesson, which I believe is this is just the instruction and a little bit of practicing with the student. And then that's about 10 minutes, and then the student practices on their worksheet for about 5 minutes. And then there's a bonus activity. So this is one of the first things you see in the book, but you don't actually use this story until lesson 2. So you gotta like be patient and wait to do that. So here is the introduction. Level 1 spends some time on the introduction, which is cool. And this is a good example of what the place value chart is going to look like. Forgot to mention it comes with a months of the year song and a days of the week song that you download off the website. I haven't actually listened to it yet, but I've got it downloaded, and I think that's going to be really fun. I love learning through songs. This is just a really, really fun way to teach math and a really fun way to learn math. I think my daughter's going to be really interested in this. There's a lot of variety. I feel like you're constantly switching it up. You're going from the calendar to the place value chart, to the manipulatives, to the blocks, and then you're doing the pattern pieces, making patterns or making a pattern block picture. And then there are worksheets like this. And here's an activity where you put the scoops of ice cream on top of the cone to match the numbers. Here is a maze. My daughter is going to love this maze. This is cool because it goes in order, so you have to be counting to get through the maze. I really like that. There's a dot to dot, and here are the sticks that you use to make tally marks. So in math, we're learning about Vincent van Gogh. This is just like how I would love to have learned math. This is how I want to teach math. I love that art is included in this, and there's so much nature included in this. Okay, so here's the course book for part 2. And again, we're doing more of the place value chart. And now we're starting to do some subtraction. I believe we started to do addition toward the end of part 1. Yeah, it looks like, oh, we're doing both. Yeah, so at the end of part 1, or maybe even the middle, we're doing addition and subtraction. We still got the bees. I love how they've got a painting and they're turning it into a math equation. I've never seen anything like this before. This would have blessed me so much when I was in school. So I've done a little bit of research on different math curriculums because I'm looking for something that is creative and that is artistic and visual. And I found a few that are kind of interesting. Life of Fred seems really cool and interesting. And I really like the Waldorf style of teaching math, which is also very visual and story driven. But this just seems like what I was looking for. This looks like it's got the art, the creativity, the stories, and of course, the nature inspired math curriculum that I have been looking for. So this is a book that I really like. I did a review about it recently. It's called Mathematical Reasoning, and it's kind of almost like a pre-math kind of workbook for age 4. And this book is great. The content is amazing, and here's an example of how they teach beside, in front, and in back. So they ask you to figure out like which dog is behind, how many dogs are behind the house, stuff like that. Okay, and then here is the Good and the Beautiful doing in front of and behind using a painting by Seurat. And here's another example of how the Good and the Beautiful math curriculum teaches patterns. And here is Mathematical Reasoning teaching patterns. The thing is, aesthetics are important, and when you are presenting information to a child, it's part of what holds their attention are the visuals. And when you want to teach a subject like math, I think it's important not just that the images be fun and colorful, but that the images be soothing and friendly and beautiful. I definitely struggled with math when I was in school. It was something that I just wanted to get through. Even though I knew a lot of people loved math and there was a lot of beauty in it, it was just never presented to me in that way. Our math teacher tried to punish us by making us copy down an entire chapter and summarize it in our own words. And this was like a light bulb moment for me. Like, I really understood the concept so much more clearly doing it that way. And that's why I'm hoping a literature-based math curriculum will help my daughter discover a love of math. It was really bad for my confidence when all of my friends were doing trigonometry and calculus, and I was sort of struggling through algebra. I really bought the lie that creative people and artistic people are just not mathematically inclined. But now I see the reality is not that I was just bad at math, but that it wasn't presented to me in a way that was creative or human or literary. Do you feel what I'm saying? I think you do. And now I want to hear what you have to say. So subscribe, like, share, and comment away. And after you do that, go outside and have a sublime day. Is nap time over? I think nap time is over.